Good day everyone! We are here to discuss to you the guidelines to have an etiquette in online communities. But first, let me introduce to you my groupmates. Yours truly, Mia Bel Araos, Miss Karil Lucas, Miss Felicity Gitang, Miss Dea Aquino, Miss Ashley Besas, Mr. King Ace Flores, and lastly, Mr. Jan Ronel Pasis. So first, what is netiquette? Netiquette is made up word from the words net and etiquette. Netiquette describes the rule of conduct for respectful and appropriate communication on the internet. Netiquette is often referred to as netiquette for the internet. These are not legally binding rules, but recommended rules for etiquette. Netiquette is mostly used for dealing with unknown people on the internet. As in the real world, rules of etiquette are necessary on the internet. Netiquette is therefore important to avoid adverse consequences. The first guideline is protect your reputation. Your reputation is the general belief or opinion that other people have about you. If you are considered trustworthy and kind, you have a good reputation. Your digital reputation can affect your friendships, relationships, or even your job prospect for the rest of your life. So, it's important to be careful about how you are seen online. As a future educator, don't post things that could hurt your reputation when you make the transition from using social media for fun for using it professionally. As a student, don't share personal information or post things that might harm your privacy and reputation.
The second guideline is respect begets respect. This guideline is very important to maintain a respectful and positive online environment. Respecting others helps us understand the importance of treating others with kindness. Respectful interactions can prevent misunderstandings and conflicts, leading to positive relationships with others. For example, as a student, when participating in a group activity, I'll use polite language and avoid sarcasm to prevent confusion about intentions or meanings. Also, as a future educator, when providing feedback on assignments or discussions, I will focus on constructive criticism. This approach helps students learn without feeling discouraged. If feedback is harsh, it can lead to anger and tension among students, making them feel discouraged and less motivated to improve.
The third guideline is express yourself and use emoticon. By using emoticon, you can express yourself clearly and the tone of your message will be more clear and polite by the one you're speaking to. As a student, we can use this, for example, when talking to classmate. For example, you are sorry because you are not able to come to the practice. Then you can add emoticon like this because you are sick. And as a future educator, for example, you are proud to your students. Then, to show them that you are proud, you can use heart emoticon to express yourself more. Like this. The fourth step is remember the intellectual property. It means that you have to recognize and respect the creators over their original works to avoid copying someone's idea, infringement, and plagiarism. To avoid this, you have to mark the ownership by using copyright symbols like this. You can also put CTTO or credits to the real owner or acknowledging the owner first. For example, as a student, for our incoming research, we have to use citations to avoid plagiarism. And as a future educator, for example, when we use the PPT of others, we have to acknowledge the owner First, who owns the PowerPoint presentation? By this, we will set a good example for students and encourages students to value original work. Here are some consequences if you don't respect the intellectual property rights of others. Firstly, copyright infringement. Using someone else's work without permission or proper citation can lead to lawsuits, fines, and damages. Secondly, digital content removal. Infringing content may be removed from online platforms. Lastly, damage to credibility. Ignoring intellectual property rights can harm your professional reputation. Once lost, credibility is hard to regain.
The fifth guideline, checking spelling, grammar, and punctuation. It was refers to the practice of ensuring that your written communication is free from errors before sharing it or submitting it. As a student, honing these skills will not benefit me in the future. For an example, communication is often a key factor when applying for a job or seeking a promotion and so on and so forth. As an educator naman, honing this writing communication skills is just as crucial. For an example, when creating a lesson plan, giving a feedback on assignments, or communicating with parents. And clear and precise writing ensures that your message is understood and professional. Proper etiquette is essential in any communication. Failure to follow these guidelines can lead to misunderstanding, damaged relationships, and lack of professionalism. Poor spelling, grammar, and punctuation can undermine your credibility, making your message appear too careless or unprofessional. Additionally, unclear communication may result in confusion or misinterpretation, or potentially leading to conflicts or loss of trust.
For the sixth guidelines, pause before you post. It encourages mindfulness and caution before sharing anything on social media or online platforms. This concept is essential to maintain professionalism, safety, and positive digital footprints. As a teacher, you should avoid sharing opinions, jokes, or even sharing pictures or sensitive information without consent and that could be misinterpreted or seen as inappropriate. For example, as a student, everything we post contribute to our online presence, so we should avoid sharing offensive memes or opinions without thinking what would be the consequences. So, it is very important to practice pause before you post. In that case, both teachers and students can contribute to a positive and responsible online community.
The seventh guideline, do not share your personal information. We should avoid disclosing personal information, especially on the internet, as it can be used by scammers to impersonate you. Cybercriminals may get interested in your sharing of private information, such as your address, phone number, passport details, and other details. For example, you are thrilled to obtain a bank card at last, so you snap a photo of it. You then uploaded it to your stories, where a cybercriminal noticed it. Your banking details may be used by cybercriminals to conduct illegal transfers, purchases, and withdrawals. So, as a future educator, we should tell our future students to more responsible using social media because internet can have both positive and negative effect on us.
So the next topic is think about who or what you are presenting. So it focuses on tailoring your communication, behavior, and presentation style to the specific audience or situation. So this ensures your message is clear, respectful, and impactful also. It involves understanding the audience, adapting your style, highlighting relevant points, and represent yourself or an organization positive. So example of that is the professional settings. So professional settings is use formal language, dress appropriately and focus on relevant data when presenting. So you need to propose that on a professional way to an executives. So number 2 is casual settings. So unlike dun kanina sa professional, sa casual settings, you can adopt a relaxed tone, use humor and share personal stories when speaking at a social gathering with your friends. So in conclusion, following etiquette guidelines ensures respectful, effective, and considerate interactions by being mindful of your behaviors and adapting to the situation and treating others with courtesy. So you create a positive and professional impression while fostering harmonious relationship by others. So that's all for the etiquette guidelines for my teammates. I hope you enjoy our discussion. So thank you so much, everyone.